I don't like the way that oysters slide down my throat. Now, I know that might be a crazy way to start the episode, and it is, but I will explain more. However, before we get into it, welcome back, everybody, to the Random PM podcast. I hope you're having a great day. The numbers, we're doing really well. We're in the 120s. I've been looking kind of what people like and what they don't like. And y'all tend to like the stories more of me being funny or telling funny stories rather than life updates, which is fine, okay? I know nobody really cares about my life, and I know that might be pick me activity. The thing is I'm running out of ideas. I'm only 21. There's only so much that's happened in my life that's worth talking about. Again, I know that might be pick me activity. But yeah, I kind of am getting the vibe, so hopefully here soon, I'm gonna have a guest on the show to kind of, shake everything up. But yeah, if you're enjoying, leave a like, leave a review, just so I know that you're listening and that you enjoy it. Y'all don't really care about the intro. Well, I know you care about the oyster part of the intro, but you don't care about liking or any of that. So let me tell you what happened. So yesterday, I went to another happy hour, social hour. It was for this group of people, but that's not really what I was there for. Or maybe it should have been what I was there for. But anyway, that's irrelevant. So I went there and I actually got to try a watermelon lemon drop. Now I know that might make me less manly, but hear me out. I like the sugary drinks or the sweeter ones. It makes me feel good inside. I'm not a chug 10 beers down my gullet and then go slap a girl. That's not me. I like things. If I'm going to go out and drink, which I really do, I'm going to drink stuff I like. Now, I have opened up to drinking old fashions, and they say you're supposed to sip those, but I do the opposite. I chug it. I think that if you sip it, it really doesn't taste good. But anyway, I'm at this happy hour and they decide to order oysters. And now I'm like, I'm not trying that. They don't look good. But somebody I was with basically peer pressured me and was like, come on, do it, do it. You need to try new things, which relates to something later in this episode. So I was like, okay, I'll try it, but I need you to show me how to do it. Now they did it professionally. Okay. They knew how to do it. They put the toppings on it. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. I'm gonna be honest. One, it tasted like I basically went to the Gulf of Mexico, opened my mouth, and let it do what it does to me. It was very, very salty. And then another thing, I don't like the chewy. I don't know if I was expecting it to be slimy. I don't know, but the way I chewed it and it went down, I was just not a fan. So I am never, probably never in my life going to eat another oyster. I was not a fan of it. But here's how that relates to what I'm talking about. So today, I went out to lunch with some coworkers. Very cool people. I mean, they are my coworkers, but we did go to lunch and I was like, you know what? I think I want to eat a junior meal, some rice and veggies. Now, I am trying to lose weight, so I figured they'd be supportive of that decision. But because there was no protein, they weren't that happy about it. So I ended up getting the tuna poke bowl, which, by the way, little side tangent. I don't know what they think a bowl is, but they gave it to me with everything separate. Now, yes, I could have took my fork and stirred it around. But imagine going to Chipotle and they put like 4 or 5 different containers out and they separate your bowl. You know how dumb that sounds? And that's what they did to me. Anyway, I only ended up eating the tuna and rice, but it was good. But as we were at the table talking, we were kind of talking about foods that I don't like. I also tried, another side note, a deviled egg. Not a fan. I don't know if it's the texture or the fact that I know what was done to it. I don't know, but I'm not a deviled egg guy. With my coworkers, they compare me to a toddler a lot. Sometimes mentally, but most of the time it's because of my taste buds. Here's the thing. I am not a picky eater. Now, granted, I'm about to name some stuff that you're like, well, how do you not like that? But they are just very good at picking the very few things that I don't like. So I don't like sandwiches. I don't know who's a fan of cold meat in their mouth, but if you are, I want to talk to you because that is nasty to me. I don't like nachos. Now, I do like microwave nachos where you put the chips, the cheese, and then a little bit of something else on top. I do like that. But nachos at a restaurant, they're just not, they don't hit for me. Okay? I don't like chicken and dumplings. Oh, you can get that out of here. and I'm not a fan of, like now, I am not being racist, I'm just generalizing where I find this food most often at the white family gatherings. Okay, I know, call me racist, but the potato salad, the fruit cake, the not cranberry sauce, the what am I thinking of? Not crawfish either, coleslaw, that's what I'm thinking of. I can't do it. But because I don't like these very few things, I'm a picky eater. They also call me a rabbit because here's the thing, when you have a salad, if you have to add ranch, and I know I talked about this in my Brett Zeppelin episode, or at least I think I did, but if you have to add ranch, then it's not a good salad. If you can't do just lettuce and tomato, then you shouldn't be eating it. That's my opinion. They call me a rabbit. That's fine. But yeah, I am trying to open up my palate. Okay. I was a big queso hater for a long time until I had some from Taco Cabana. They messed up. I wanted guacamole, but they gave me queso. So now I'm a huge queso guy. If we go out to a Mexican restaurant, I'll be sure to get some queso. But they compare me a lot to a toddler, which got me thinking about growing up and turning 21. I thought turning 21 was gonna be some kind of miracle. Like, the minute I turned 21, I'd have a girl on my arm, my career lined up and done, maybe a house, a few kids, but that's not how it turned out. I guess when I was younger, I just thought that, 21, you finally have no limitations. Nothing is holding you back. You can do whatever you want. And comes to find out, that is definitely not the case. Now, I do enjoy the fact that I can drink. I mean, I'm not an alcoholic. I know I talk about alcohol a lot. I'm not an alcoholic, but I do like to drink. But I feel like that isn't filling the gap that I had in mind. I guess I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, now 21 just came with more bills and responsibilities. Here's one thing I do regret. I feel like 21 would feel different if I wasn't already working at 16. Now, I have a controversial take, but I don't think you should start working at 16. I did, and I regret it. I feel like I wasn't able to live to really enjoy high school. I wasn't able to, do get into a fight or what else did they do in high school? All the bad stuff I could have been doing. And I know my mom won't appreciate that, but I feel like I didn't give a chance to really, live and experience high school. So I think you should. I don't think now unless you want the bread and you want the money, I mean go for it, but I don't know. I feel like you should enjoy your high school years not working. Because, you heard my work stories. You know the type of shit they put me through. And I'd much rather have been on the bowling team or the anime club or anything other than that. So, yeah, some advice for if you're listening and you have kids or whatever, let them be a kid a little longer. They don't got to work at 16. But that's a controversial opinion I have. But yeah, 2021, it was not what I was hoping. I don't know why I thought I could talk about that for 10 minutes straight. But yeah, it's a little upsetting. That's all I have for y'all today. This might be a short one. I just wanted to rant. I just wanted to get something out there, honestly. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Like I said, if you like the episodes, leave a review, leave a like. Or well, you can't leave a like, but leave a review, share it to your friends. But yeah, man, y'all know the drill. Don't put oysters in your mouth. Get with the program and stay random. Thank you so much for listening.